Right.
Okay, Geoff, Sham. So we've lost a penalty shootout in the FA Vase after 0-0 draw with Brimsdown. Only one penalty missed, but 90 minutes preceded that, where it wasn't the best 90 minutes
No,
I've ever seen.
it was funny enough. It was similar to the last game. There was just more goals in it. If you remember the last game we played against Brimsdown, where it was crash bang wallop. Really, I mean, we tried. Both teams sort of nullifying each other. They were quite strong defensively. You know, they've got a back line that's quite athletic, midfield three that work hard and compete. We were similar. Again, we tried the little passing lanes and tried to create different overloads, and we got into good areas. And over the 90 minutes, funnily enough, I think we were the better team in terms of we were the one trying to probe and trying to create chances. And we had, I think Sam had a header, I think that got blocked on the line, and then we had a few chances second half as well, but just missing that final quality. And the thing is, Sham was speaking to the players in the dressing room just now. It's like if we want to again compete at the top levels, we've got to be taking those chances. We need a better return from sort of our front players to as a collective. It's not just about Fred. Andre's injured now, but we have to look past Andre until he comes back. So it's now an opportunity for other players to turn up. And then we missed the thrust and sort of like the pace of Jake as well, the outlet that he gives us as well. So it's up to us as a management team now to find different solutions. But at the moment, we're lacking a little bit up top, just in general play. And we just got to find, as I said, we've got to find a solution quite quickly. It's early in the season, players have been chomping at the bit, knocking on the door. So, but eventually you've got to take that chance, because if you don't, then we have to say as a collective, we don't have enough, as a forward line. So then we've got to look at different options, and that's the cold and honest truth. So it's disappointing because not nothing to knocking Brimsdown. They've done well this season, but we would have fancied ourselves to win. We saw the draw. You would have fancied ourselves to win today. Even if it's just a narrow 1-0 win, we should over the 90 minutes be able to put one bit of quality together to put the ball in the back of the net, which we didn't, and that's the frustrating part. Hence, it's a lottery. It can happen. A bit like AS London. Similar game really. So got to dust ourselves off. Enfield Borough next. Won't be easy because you're expected to win. So but the players have to see that as an opportunity to again get ourselves going and try and put another run together before the London Cup game, because London Cup's the only cup we're left in, I believe. So obviously we want to try and do as well as possible in that, but it's disappointing. And as I said, going out to pens like this.
Sham, I mean, is that the way you saw it as well? I mean, the defence, Jack barely had a save to make in the 90 minutes. Is there anything that you can sort of put your finger on about?
No, I think Jeff touched on most of it already. I just think it was one of those games where both of the teams cancelled each other out. There weren't many chances. I thought we edged it on chances. I thought we were slightly the better team. It wasn't a great game to watch if you're a fan here today watching the game.
Apologies.
Yeah, apologies.
Well, it was nice until it started raining. It was nice when the sun was out.
But yeah, there was nothing in the game, as we said. But Jeff's right though. Looking past the cup competitions, we set our ambitions out clearly from the beginning of the season to either win the league or minimum finish playoffs. And if you want to be doing that, your front three have got to be scoring goals. We can't, as Geoff said, rely on Fred. Andre's out injured now. We've lost Noah during the off season. We've lost Jake now. So yeah, the front three have got to step up. And obviously, if they don't do the job, then obviously it's down to me and Geoff to find solutions. If that means going out there and trying to find someone else, all our boys will be given ample amount of opportunities. They've had 10 games. So yeah, I think we'll go out to the drawing board and look and see what our next move is.
Andre's he's no prospect of him coming back this side of Christmas, really.
So he's got a groin injury. They said to him 3 months, but with groin injuries, you can't rush him. Do you know what I mean? We'd rather him come back and ready for the final push-in. If it's like last 3-4 months of the season, he needs to do a good rehab. I think he's done it once before, so we don't want to have that same recurring injury. But yeah, it was a frustrating game in the sense of there was nothing in it. They were quite athletic side. They had majority of the men behind the ball, and it was for us to find answers. I mean, right at the end, we had another chance where we queued up in the back post, a bit of communication.
Yes,
we score. Do you know what I mean? So, and penalty is a lottery, as Geoff said. And unfortunately for Fred, it's obviously the second time he's missed. Which he was gutted. No one obviously goes out to miss a pen.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, one question is kind of Nico around? Is he?
Nico, yeah, he should be back in contention. He's been away a few weeks. Hasn't been training, but that's for stuff outside of some of us they got to do stuff. They're still young, doing a college course, bless him.
Right.
So, he should be back in the round in contention, obviously, from Wednesday. So that's just it. As I said, as a management team, you don't really want to rotate the side too much, what I mean? But you're forced to when you're trying to find different solutions, what I mean? So Nico could be back injured, to try and find his pre-season form, because again, he was looking really promising. Then had a few in different games, lost a bit of confidence, injuries and not availability as well. So, it'd be nice to obviously get him back in. He'll be looking at this, and really, if I was, forward, I'd be thinking, right, I need a chance now. Let me, prove that I can be the person that can sort of fire the goals in. So again, it's something for us to look at. We'll go into training again. We've got to get the heads up, because again, we're still very early in the season. Do you know what I mean? If you go and if you beat Enfield and maybe get a good result against Coggeshall, all of a sudden you're flying again. Do you understand? Just before the London Cup game. So we just wanted a bit of a run. Tried to beat last season's sort of record in terms of the Vase, because I think we lost on Thetford at home. So it would have been nice to try and sort of better that, but you can't help it. As I said, it's the second competition we've got out on pens, so maybe that's what we've got to do for the last 10 minutes. Do a few pens. But to be fair to them, all their pens were really good.
They were.
They were really, a lot of them in the corner. Jack didn't really have much of a chance. So, but we thank everyone for coming. It wasn't easy. As I said, when you're coming here, it's never really a great game. In terms of like the two teams cancelling themselves out, and we try to find solutions. We try to get on the ball and create, but again, if they're quite solid defensively, then we need a few different options, and that's I think what we've got to try and establish now. Like I say, maybe that winger, that pace option which we had before, we don't really have it at the moment. A couple of times where the ball has been played through, but we didn't have that that little athleticism to get in front and maybe get that 1v1 chance. So maybe that's something again we need to look at and trying to give ourselves more options from the bench. But we go again next. We go again Wednesday, and then hopefully, as I said, we can get a positive result against Enfield, kickstart our season again, because the boys are disappointed.
Great. All right. Thanks to you both.
Thank you.
See you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot.